someone messaged me with some mean words and called me really really bad names, and I didn't know what to do that time because like I was home and I was just have my normal cheerful life when all of a sudden I got this post.
There are definitely people who think that everyone has freedom of speech, and they think freedom of speech means that they can say whatever they want regardless of anything. But freedom of speech really just means your freedom of to say whatever you want and you won't go to jail for it. It doesn't mean that you can say whatever you want without losing your job or having people not like you or be mad about what you're saying. That's not your right to hurt other people. But there are people who think that they can, that is people's rights, so there shouldn't be any censorship on it. But there are also other people in our camp and like my camp otherwise that think, especially like Twitter, because it's like a breeding ground for like white supremacy, and Reddit, that think that the developers of those apps should be more proactive in stopping that kind of hate building.
I think when people first started saying that we should be regulating content, I first think of people who don't think in extremes. But then when you talk about what all of the examples that Sacha Baron Cohen pointed out, I think we've gotten to a point where we do need to regulate, because things like hate crime and things like white supremacists and all that, they are getting too much of a voice.
I know some news places have just completely shut down their comment sections. I think Facebook and other websites need to be more proactive in censoring hate speech. Like, everyone has freedom of speech, but not freedom of consequence. It's not, you're not being censored on a social media website that you don't pay money for.
Just like a newspaper or a film has to uphold to certain standards, why shouldn't social media, when social media is just a publishing platform, right? You're publishing stuff. And so who's in charge of letting people publish that stuff? It's the owners of these companies. So I think they should be held to a certain standard to make sure that, especially false information, hateful information, and things that are leading to hate crimes, I think those things should be regulated somehow.
It's not your right to say whatever you want on a site. And they have every right to protect other users and make sure that they're having an enjoyable experience on their website. So if you're going to spew hate or attack other people, I don't think you should have the privilege to use those sites.